Hey witches. So I started recording this earlier and got about halfway through and realized that my camera was not recording. So I think I need to get a new phone. It's not being cool, but I'm going to finish making this money oil and money blend that you can make into a powder and tell you what you can use it for. I've already added alfalfa. That's good for money, of course. It's so green. It's just like bright green. It looks like money. Already added that. It's also good. I'm going to tell you other things for these herbs too. It's also good for happiness. For a happy home. It's an anti-hunger herb, so if you put like a little bowl of it in your cupboard or your pantry, it's said that your family will never go hungry again. I also have already added the chamomile. Chamomile is great for luck, love. Of course, it reduces stress, it reduces anxiety. It's great for sleep, protection, and purification. So I added that. And also, if you are going to gamble, it's a good idea for you to wash your hands in chamomile tea or take a bath in chamomile. So next, I also added pennyroyal tea already. Pennyroyal, I say pennyroyal tea because that Nirvana song is always in my head every time I see that. That is for peace, harmony, tranquility. It does attract wealth and protection. I put it in there mainly for the aspect of it to protect whatever money I bring in. I also have added 5 fingergrass. And I'm going to tell you what each of the fingers stand for, the five things that you use 5 fingergrass for is money, of course, love, health, power, and wisdom. I have also already added the catnip. We always have plenty of catnip around for the kitty cat. So I've got some catnip. I've added that to both. Catnip, of course, is great if you're working with Bast to leave for her. It's also great to use in animal magic. It's also really good for luck, is why I put it in there. It's also good for love, happiness, and beauty spells. I also added some sunflower petals. My daughter gave me these, so I wanted to add these. And sunflower is good for luck. It's also good for energy, protection, power. So that's why I added that, a bit of luck. And then I added the calendula. Calendula is good for success, justice, and legal matters, luck, and money. So those are the ones that I've added already. And I went ahead and added my oil. I'm going to be adding some other oils at the end. So now, let's add some clove. So clove is really good to use for banishing negative energy. It's also good for protection, but it's also used in money magic, love magic, and it can help with divination. So I'm going to consecrate these. All of my herbs are already cleansed. I cleanse them and I charge them in the moonlight, a full moonlight. So they're already cleansed. I'm just going to be consecrating each one. I charge, bless, consecrate, and empower this clove to draw abundance, wealth, and money. So I put some in here. And then I put some in the bag. And I like to make few more of these. I like to make a dry blend while I'm making my oil in case I want to use it for incense or do a cauldron spell where I would just write a petition and then put some herb in the middle and then go ahead and put that in my cauldron and bury it in the earth, or I would just bury it in the earth for manifestation. So next I'm going to add some cedar. I'm running low on my cedar. Beautiful cedar. So I think I'll put this one in the oil because the wood is also magical. Get in there, cedar. Okay, sticking to me. Okay, I'll add a couple to the bag. I think I'll just dump the rest of this in here. Okay, so cedar is good for luck, money magic, strength, and power. So you can use that for any of those things. And it also smells really good when burned as an incense. And you can powder that. You can take small amounts of that out and powder it to make an incense. Just grind it up in a mortar and pestle. Okay, next I'm going to add some orange peel. I add this to every oil. And I add it because it kind of opens, and so does chamomile. They both kind of open the door to the spiritual world. I just realized I did not consecrate my cedar. That's okay. Charge blessing, consecrate this orange peel to draw money in abundance. I'm heavy-handed with this in both. It smells good when it's burned as an incense. And it also makes the oil smell really good. And I've already added my olive oil in there. I ran a little short, but that's okay. Okay, now I'm going to add a dandelion puff. These are my dandelions. I will add a puff in here. Just the whole puff. And then I'm going to add a couple flowers. Just let these dry out in this bowl. I think I'll do 3 in the oil. And then I'll do the same thing in here. Put a seed pod, and the seed pods do not smell good when burned. I experimented a little bit with that, doing a spell, and it smelled like, sort of like burnt hair almost. So just a word to the wise. Okay, so next I'm going to add some allspice berries. And allspice berries are really good for money magic and luck. Let's see what else I wrote down about these. It's also good for business and success, and also it aids in compassion, and of course luck, and also healing. I try to bless and empower these allspice berries to draw wealth and abundance. Dump these in there. I'm not going to grind these right now. I like how it looks with all the stuff in there. Okay, next jasmine. So jasmine. This is my pretty jasmine. I have one that's like crushed jasmine, but I'm going to use the pretty one. And jasmine is good for money, love, and prophetic dreams. Charge, blessed, and empowered So you can see this is sort of expensive to make because it's so many herbs, but this stuff is so powerful. Get off of there. Okay. Let's see. And the orange peel also is good for love, abundance, luck, happiness, and divination. I didn't say that about the orange peel. Forgot. Next, my favorite one, patchouli. I love the way this stuff smells. Patchouli is great for love, fertility, communicating with spirits, lust, and of course money. Charge, bless, and empower this patchouli to bring wealth and abundance. I'm getting down to the bottom of my bag. It almost looks like dirt. It's not dirt though. Okay, oh, that smells good. I could live in patchouli. Okay, next I'm going to do the basil. Basil is really good for just about anything you can think of. If you can think it, you can use it for that. But basil is really good for money magic, of course. It's good for love magic. It's good for, you can use it in exorcism, and it's also good for drawing wealth. It's good for aiding in sympathy, protection, and healing. And those are just a few uses. You can use it for pretty much anything. It's so universal, it's sometimes referred to as witch's herb. Charge, bless, and empower this basil to bring wealth and abundance into spells. Ooh, I'm dropping it. Okay. So let's see. Next, I'm going to do some mugwort. I use mugwort for just about everything. I have this giant bag, and I'll go through it in like a month. But I use this because it's one of Hecate's herbs, but also because mugwort amps up anything you use it for. So I'm going to give it its purpose now by letting it know its purpose is to attract wealth. Charge, bless, and empower this mugwort to draw abundance and wealth. So that way it knows what it's for. And it's not just like, hey, what am I supposed to do? Okay, nice big handful of that in there. See, you're trying to sneak out. Get in there. Okay. Let's see. And earlier I also added poppy seeds. They're good for pleasure, love, luck. And poppy seeds are funny because you can also use them in baneful workings to confuse a target. Whenever I do any kind of work on someone and it's not a positive spell, I always use poppy seeds. But you can also use them in love magic and money magic. So they're sort of universal too. Next I'm going to use some mandrake. And this is mandrake root. And this is also kind of just to amp it up. It strengthens any spell. It's also good for protection, happiness, and wealth specifically. So this is perfect to add. Empty this bag out. All of this. Time to go see Mandy and get some more mandrake. Charge, bless, and empower this mandrake to strengthen this oil and to draw wealth and abundance. It also looks sort of like dirt because it's at the bottom of the bag. Get to the end of your herbs. Got some little crumbs, but they are still herbs or roots. Okay. Now, I think that's everything except for my cinnamon. So I will add a cinnamon stick, and you can use powdered. It's fine, it doesn't matter. You can use cinnamon chips, you can use powdered cinnamon, whatever you want to do. So I'm just going to stick this guy whole for now in here. And then when I get ready to work with it, I'll bang him up a little bit. So here's the blend, what it looks like before I've gotten a hold of it with the mortar and pestle. And then here's the oil, but I'm going to add some more things to the oil. And cinnamon is good for astral projection, meditation, success, healing, prosperity, and luck. It's also good to, you can use cinnamon to speed up a spell, and it's also useful in love magic. And I think that's all that I have for my oil that are herbs. So now I'm going to add some oils. So this is High John. High John is all-purpose. Okay, it's also tied to prosperity, but it's all-purpose. You can use this to amp up anything. And you might see it say Juan the Conquistador on it, or it might say John the Conqueror, but it's made from High John root. I can't find High John root. My lady doesn't have it at my local shop, and my other guy doesn't have it, so I need to order some High John root. But it's really hard to work with because it's hard as a brick. I've had it before, but I don't even remember where I got it. I think I got it while I was on vacation. So I'm going to add a little bit of this money drawing oil from Sun's Eye, just because I want to. You do not have to add that. This is just a money drawing oil from Sun's Eye. It smells really good. It's got frankincense in here, and I don't know what else is in there. Maybe it looks like cloves. Okay, next is bergamot oil. I add bergamot oil in all of my oils too because it aids in manifestation, but it's also really good for money magic, prosperity, sleep, and protection. And then last but not least, dragon's blood oil. And this one smells so good. It's so hard to get out of the bottle. And dragon's blood, it can just amp up any spell or any oil, whatever you want to do with it. Get in there, you. Sorry guys, this is like really hard to get out of this bottle. Okay, so all of that goes into the oil, and what I do, sometimes if I don't want to fool with labels, I just will put what it's for on the cork. So I just drew a little dollar sign, and then I'm going to shake it up. And I know I say don't shake it with the cork on, but this will not last me long at all. I do a lot of money magic for clients and for myself and for friends and family, and I'm always doing something that has to do with money magic, so it will not last long. And then the little herbs in here, like I said, I'll use them for incense. If I'm going to do a money spell, I'll use that, or either I'll burn cinnamon or patchouli. Also, you can use the herb blend, like I said, to just to fold into a petition. You can just use it also to, you can powder it down and then anoint the candle with the money oil and then roll it in these herbs to just give it extra herbage. You could do a jar candle and stick it down in the holes. You could do a cauldron spell with it. Sky's the limit. But I do recommend charging your herbs under the full moon, even if you can't do them all at once. It's a good idea to do, you know, the ones you use the most, or your, like your mugwort and your mandrake. And you can even charge your oils under the full moon. I do that as well. And the ones that you make. It's good to do that. So it should sit for a few days before you use it. But say you don't want to wait. What you can do is leave it by a couple of tea lights to get it warm. Or you can take it and you can use a little saucepan and get some water and make sure it's just simmering. And then while it's simmering, put your oil in there, but don't put it on boil. Don't do that. Just simmer it on low for about 15 minutes and the herbs will permeate the oil and you're ready to go. I also added some of this in here already. Green Adventurine, I added, I think 6 of these. No, 7. I added 7 of these. So these you can use, if you just have, you know, one crystal that'll fit in there, you can do that. I do like to put crystals in my oils. I feel like it just amps it up. And don't forget to charge your crystals under the full moon, especially your favorite ones. And then I wanted to share one more thing with you guys. So today, my daughter was gone, and with her went our insect repellent because I wanted my grandmother to spray her down because they were going to be outside doing something. And my husband needed to work in the yard, so he said, "Where's the off?" I said, "Well, it's gone with our child." And he said, "Well, crap." And I said, "Well, let me make you some." He said, "Make me some." I said, "Yeah, make you some." So I looked online and found the ingredients, and I had every one of them that I needed. This has just regular water. I just got it from I just used tap water for this. Tap water, lemon juice for preservative, lemongrass oil. It has lavender, rosemary, pennyroyal tea, and I think that's all. I think that's all that I had to put in here, and it worked great. I sprayed him with about that much because it was full, and he got 0 bug bites, and it smells really good because of all the lemon stuff. So if you want to make some bug spray and you don't want to use the stuff, you know, with DEET, because it can be poisonous or whatever, and you want to make a good healthy bug spray, that's what you can do. And that's all I have. And if you're interested in getting any oils or blends from me, just let me know and I'll be happy to hook you up. But that's all I have, witches. Thank you for joining me, and I hope that you prosper. And I'm going to be coming back tomorrow with a video on things that you can do, full moon spells basically, and maybe a ritual that you can do with the full moon, because we're going to celebrate the strawberry moon soon here on the 24th. But that's all I have, and blessed be. Bye.